Alright, so I've drawn the two sides, the base, the funnel, and then the two pillars. And now what we're going to look at drawing is the little stands, and we'll draw the base. So we'll come back to our drawing here. Every time we draw a new part, new component, and we'll call this the stand. Say OK. We'll start sketching. Now you can draw a top view, front view. We'll draw the first one front view and the second one top view. So looking at it front on, just looking at that little drawing there, actually, I was editing some of these and I seem to have made an error there. So we'll need to play with that when we put the base on. Alright, so we're looking at drawing, create new component, and we said we're going to call this the stand. And if you draw this front on, we want them to be 45 millimeters thick tall, even though there's two different numbers there, two different sizes. So we'll draw ourselves a little rectangle, dimension tool. We'll make this out of 19 mil thick material, and they're going to stand 45 millimeters tall. We'll finish that sketch, look at it in isometric, and we're going to extrude this across 90 mil, which is the width of our piece of timber. We can then look at seeing the entire drawing. So we'll turn on the whole drawing, look at the bottom of this, and what I would like to do, I'll just put this now. And look at this. I think we need to add, or actually if I minus that back, at the moment I've drawn that. Give me a height. Right, I'll close that. So I want to select the entire drawing, use the joint tool, and I will put this right there. So it's now at the base. But what I will want to do is move it across. If I did drag this all the way, 90 mil puts me very close to the center. I'll actually move it 80 mil across. I rotate that around. It's not quite. Let's make it 70 mil, and 70 mil makes me a little bit short of the hole. Excellent. We can now look at drawing another one and moving it in, or we can go back to doing something like the offset plane. I'll grab that side. I'll set my offset plane to 11. No, let's make it 8. Which will get me pretty close to the middle. Say OK. Create a mirror. Select that component, which is that side, and then select the mirrored plane, which is that one. Excuse me. It is. So, create the mirror. That's my component. And the mirror that I want is that one. There we go. We say OK. If I look underneath, well, I might just move it across a little bit more. Maybe not 10 mil, and we'll go 5. That looks pretty good. Well, I've now drawn my two sides. The last thing that I want to create for the base there is the ramp. So we'll go to this, we'll call this the ramp. I need a piece of timber the same size. So with this one, I might draw it on that front view. So with this, I can draw dimension tool, A4, wrong number, Control Z. It's a good friend of yours in Fusion. Double click on that. 45, not 455. And then again, dimension tool. This is 90. Finish sketch. Extrude this to 19 mil thick. We're now going to sketch on the face of that and draw ourselves a line. So get it so that that line changes. And we can go up into that corner. And I can press enter. That line I can delete. We'll finish that sketch. Use the extrude function and say minus 19. So that's the ramp that we want to use. I might look at the back of my drawing, turn everything on via that central button, use the joint tool, and I would like that corner zoom in to live just there. And that's going to line us up. Might not line up perfectly so, but that's okay. If it annoys you, go to your front view, zoom on in, grab your move tool, and we can minus that. Go -1. Looks like it's -2 for me. There we go. Alright, now I can also see that this one has to come down 10 mil. So if I go to the bottom, extrude that, and what did that do? Looks a bit better. Alright, the last thing I want to draw is going to be we've called something the base already, so we might call this the bottom plate. New component, it could just be actually the base plate then. A base plate, okay, sketch on the bottom. This is going to come from a piece of timber that is 250 by 140, and it's going to be 19 millimeters thick. The front of this is in this corner here. So I'm now going to sketch on edge, and I want to draw myself an angle there. Dimension tool, I want that to be 60. Oh, what did I just say? I didn't actually read that. It should let me dimension this. Control Z, dimension from there to there, 60, from there to there. What's it to say 70? That's fine, we can live with that. If I then drag this across, and then we'll look at coming out somewhere near the same. See if it lets me make this one then 60. Beautiful. Finish the sketch. Extrude tool. Grab that. -19. Oh, Control Z. Select the two of them. If you ever do that, Shift, extrude -19. We'll get rid of both. Another little thing to show you. What we can do now is select each of these edges, and we can apply a chamfer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we go to modify chamfer, and we want it to be a 5 mil chamfer. Enter. There we go. So now we just grab the jointing tool. We are covering up a bit of the sections there. What we can look at doing, if I threw that straight onto there, I can then drag that across, drag that back, look at that right view, see if I'm happy with where that's lining up. Probably drag that back a little bit, but no, I reckon that works. Look behind it. I can see that I'm too far one way. I'll grab that and drag that across. Press enter. Look out in the isometric view, and there we have the base and that bottom section of our volume machine.